your Comic-Con so far?
I can't change the orientation of it. Stupid.
There's a movie coming out today called Deadpool and Wolverine. I don't know if you guys have heard of this, but I think it's cool. Marvel really needs your help, folks. Could you go see the movie? We saw it last night. It was amazing. So here's what happens.
No spoilers.
Sorry guys, can't change the orientation.
No.
I guess I'm gonna have to stick it with this way. Not sure what happened.
This is a spoiler-free zone, everybody. A reminder, be kind to everyone who hasn't seen it yet, right? But this would be great.
Who are you saying that to, me?
Everyone.
Okay. He was looking at us. He was looking at us. Was anybody in this room at the 10 o'clock or 9 o'clock screening last night? Excellent.
So what happened?
Do not talk about what happened.
Again, sorry guys, sorry. I could not change the orientation for some reason. YouTube did that to me yesterday, and I don't know why again today. So it will have to be like this. But I appreciate everyone for being here. Make sure to hit that like button. And super chats are appreciated. Sorry guys, I won't really be able to keep up with the chat, but I appreciate everyone being here. Again, sorry for the orientation. I could not change it. YouTube was being a pain. So for those, if you guys see the questions, people asking why the orientation is portrait and not landscape, let them know I could not fix it.
All right, welcome to the Stuff of Legends.
And again,
live.
super chats are welcome,
San Diego
guys. Thanks.
Comic-Con 2024. Thank you guys for joining us. I want to do my thing where I take a quick picture of you and all your lovely faces, so we have it for next year. So everyone smile. All right, thank you guys for coming out. For everyone we see every year, thank you for coming back. For any first-time panel attendees, welcome. We hope we make this worth your while. Just a quick team intro slide here. Our distinguished guest every year, Mr. Jesse Falcon. We've got the dashing, look at that picture from Dwight. We've got Dwight, our design lead at Marvel Legends.
Birds and boxes, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate it. Much appreciated.
This is his first San Diego Comic-Con on the panel with us, although he's been on Legends for many years. So give it up for Dan R. Digital sculpting for all these wonderful, wonderful pieces of plastic that we all love so much. And on the end there, my partner in crime and marketing, Dan. Dan Ryan, also in marketing. Give it up for Ryan. Come on.
Look at that, I am right there in the red last year. Actually.
All right, and so just a quick aside, right? We got, as Jesse was saying, we went to see the Deadpool and Wolverine movie yesterday. Had some dinner with some
I was in the
nice
same
friends.
theater as them last night.
I was just thinking about Comic-Con in general, and I think it's akin to just
I cannot
life
turn
as
my
on the
phone
whole, where
because
we
the
love
orientation
toys, we
will
love
not work.
businesses, But what's special about this hobby and about Comic-Con is
Orientation
the community
locked.
aspect, friendships and stuff. So I just wanted to say, thank you to Dwight and Dan, my beloved teammates. Dwight took me in on the Marvel team many years ago and welcomed me in with open arms. And so, your energy, your enthusiasm, your spirit is just unmatched in the building.
YouTube.
So we appreciate you, Dwight. And then Dan, we wouldn't be the Marvel Legends team until Dan joined to round us out. And so Dan, thank you for being in the trenches with me. All our challenges and opportunities. us. You all know what Jesse has done for the Legends line over the years, so he needs no introduction, but you know, we always appreciate your support and your friendship and inspiration.
I love that you have that picture of that dinner. These guys were so brave. I took them to the sushi place and they fed them live crabs and everybody ate them. Good job, guys. Thank you for that picture.
This is the picture. I was more concerned about the bathroom picture on the previous slide. I wasn't sure we were going with that. Love this community here.
Look how happy Dwight is. Look how happy Dwight is. So I just wanted to get that out of the way. Let's jump into an exciting teaser that I think you Marvel Legends fans are going to love. So here we go. I'm going to put the mic down for it.
He has the hots for my dead wife.
So folks, listen, I just want to recognize Ryan Panagos, Agent M.
Agent M.
Audience tonight. Thank you so much, Brian, and his team for spearheading the return of what is, without a doubt, the most important piece of content Marvel has ever produced. Marvel superheroes, what the? And we just want to say that we're going to be utilizing all the brand new action figures that the Marvel Legends line will be providing over the next few years as the new cast of Marvel Legends superheroes, what the? And so thank you, Hasbro, for allowing us to get samples in short order for that show. And thank you again, Ryan, and thank you again, Marvel, for bringing the show back to the tens of requests. Really.
The teaser said millions and millions.
Yes, millions of tens.
All right, so just to recap what some stuff we have going on in the booth, right? We have one item that is a first to market here that you can get your hands on in San Diego Comic-Con. This goes back to 2017 where we started with Death's Head 2. We did it a little bit out of order for those of you sticklers, but this was in that Guardians of the Galaxy wave. This was an awesome figure, and so for 2024 we thought we need to go back to the beginning for Death's Head.
Again, for those, I can't change the orientation because YouTube, for whatever reason, locked the orientation.
First to market here. Great figure. Anything you want to talk about this figure?
I just want to ask this question because I don't even know if I know the answer to this. Whose idea was
There's
it
going to be a lot
to
of new
make this
people in here
package
that
look
are
like
not
the
going to
original
know that
trading
I've been
card
saying
series
multiple
from the
times that I
90s?
can't adjust the orientation.
That would be the host of
If you guys
this,
keep commenting, replying,
Right.
I appreciate
So,
that.
Mr. Ryan saying here.
I mean, guys, tell me that's just not the coolest thing in the world.
Services team, they all know that I love the Marvel trading card. That's no secret. So anytime we get a chance to bring some of that nostalgia into the product and the packaging, we're gonna take that opportunity. So just to talk a little bit more about the package, right? This is for those of my fellow trading card collectors. This is that 1991 Marvel Universe Series 2 by Intel, Death's Head, as we faithfully recreated everything from the border, the pack out, and we actually worked with John Tyler Christopher, an amazing comic book artist.
someone comments about the orientation, I can pin it,
That
I think.
backdrop. So when you go home and if you choose to open your Death's Head for display, you can actually use that insert piece and have your figure standing right in front of it, just like on the card. And we also faithfully recreated all the power ratings you see on the back. Death's Head is boasting some pretty strong stats. All right, so go get it down in the Hasbro Pulse booth during this week.
And the other thing I would say, folks, is listen, when the show's over, I want you to think long and hard. What if we do more of these with this packaging stylization? Because there's a lot of characters from this card set that we never made. I'd love to hear from you guys. We would love to hear from you guys from what characters you want to see next in this packaging style. Because I'd love to do this more.
Yeah.
All right, we can get to some other sets too. There's been a lot of different line looks for different sets over the years. Let's do that if we can. All right, so.
Or you own all of them.
I own all of them in my 9 pocket pages. You know it, Dwight. All right, so this is a first to market here at San Diego Comic-Con, and it's going to be available later in August on the fan channel because we know this is going to be a popular item. It's he has some of the lore from the Transformers Marvel comic books as well, so maybe some crossover there. So he will be readily available for you all. All right, jumping into our first reveal from the PR breakfast yesterday. This is a awesome new Kang the Conqueror comic figure with a lot of new pieces, but perhaps the most important piece, as you can see on that amazing package art by Anthony Petrie, is Dwight, our first floating throne of Marvel Legends.
Yeah, our first floating time throne, yeah. This was great. It's a massive piece if you guys had a chance to see it in the booth. If not, please come down afterwards and check
Thanks,
it out.
Mike. I
It
appreciate
really holds
that.
him up high above the air, which should look really, really great to have him as a backdrop for any of your Avengers kind of sets.
I will not be at Star Wars or Transformers.
Cool multiversal elements to the item.
We've got some new face plates. That's an interesting part about this figure.
Yeah, a new design head that you can just take your thumb, stick it under his chin, and pop off his face, so you can mix and match any of the 3 different variants of Kang that we've included in the store.
So you see the 3 of them there. All right, so this is going to be a Hasbro Pulse exclusive. The pre-order is not happening this weekend, so stay tuned for more, probably around that September timeframe, when he comes with everything you see here. 2 blasters. That's the blaster we teased in one of our fan streams that I think was not super obvious, but some people guessed it correctly. So that was the first reveal from yesterday from our PR breakfast. Our second reveal had one of my favorite accessories of this year, maybe of any year.
Really? A rock?
Yeah, it is not a pet rock. I think that was the leading candidate. No, this is our video game inspired Sentinel. All of us who were comic fans in the early 90s, we had comic books, we had television shows, we had toys, and of course we had video games. And so this is a Hasbro Pulse exclusive 2-pack of Sentinels, and they come with this iconic boulder to throw at our 6th X-Men team. Is that right, Dwight?
Yeah. This is like this item was one that Ryan came up with. And he's like, "Hey, I want us to look at this game. I think this would be a really hot item." And I'm kind of like, "Yeah, okay, fine. We've done a lot of Sentinels, but sure, we can do a Sentinel." And then the longer we got into development, the more this thing came to life, and the more I fell in love with it. And the coloring on this is a palette that we don't get to play with a lot, which is hard to say in Marvel because you guys have hands down the most rich and vibrant, palette set of any toy line I've ever seen. Which
Depends who's calling the book out.
So this thing, the picture on the screen don't nearly do this thing justice. Come check it out in the case. It's one of the most vibrant, rich, poppy things we've done in a long time. Jesse?
Yeah, I love it. I thank Tony, Peter. But the other thing too is if you've been a long time collector, if you just started collecting and you're into X-Men, Hasbro's really offered a great range of different Sentinel items. And there are many different form factors, shapes, different types of Sentinels throughout the history of the IP, and I think this is just a great other piece to go in that collection.
Sorry, we had our Haslab Sentinel, which I know a lot of you have. He's kind of the centerpiece of an X-Men collection, but this is a true builder pack. As you can see, it comes with 2 Sentinels, 1 boulder, and we hope you guys can get a bunch of them and really build out that video game, arcade game inspired scene. So this is going to be available for pre-order exclusively on the Hasbro Pulse starting Saturday, July 27th at 5 p.m. Eastern. This is going to have a 1-hour window for those Pulse Premium members, and then at 6 o'clock it'll open up for everyone, but you got to go to the Pulse to pick up your video game Sentinels. All right, so that's stuff you already know about. We're going to quickly recap this year because it seems like every year is our biggest year ever, but this year is no exception to that. So we celebrated and are continuing to celebrate the 50th anniversary of Wolverine this year. We are highlighted by these 4 2-packs. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this. We're going to go rapid fire, starting with Dan Y at the end. We're going to go, what is your favorite figure in this line, Dan?
Sabretooth.
Yeah.
Again,
Catch and Tugs.
Ash. All right.
Yeah, I had this flyer for a Danzig show when I was in college, and he used that Mark Silvestri cover where he's turning into a brood as the artwork for the flyer. I went to the show, and I was really disappointed that he didn't at all talk about Wolverine comic books at the show. So that's what we go with, guys.
I'm going to go with Betsy and Ron.
I'm going to go with Alondra because we teased that as just a swappable head many years ago. And so we made you wait a little bit for the full Alondra figure, but she came out great. So that was the Wolverine program from earlier this spring. amazing updates here to some Wolverines and some great pinless parts as well. And yeah, awesome program here. We're going to continue doing these anniversaries where we can. Speaking of big anniversaries, the biggest one Marvel has ever had, 85 years was this year. We had a 10-item program. You've seen them all now. Most of these have hit. I think Hulkbuster and Odin are going to be shipping out in a little bit, but super rich comic heritage here. We've got heroes, we've got villains, we've got first-time characters, we've got notable updates. Dan Yoon, what's your favorite figure in this line?
I love Hulkbuster right here, and you might have a chance to get your own Hulkbuster, so stay tuned.
Go Slider, hands down. Really great features for when you guys decided this to post it out. But I love all of this. This whole program, we've been doing these whole programs for a while. This one came out really great, but I think that hands down it's going to be the for me because the way you can have different styles of helmet that he can go in. I really think that Odin sets up a bar for us for Asgardian action figures, and we should use that as a template to move forward and fill out that entire line of Asgardian action figures.
And for me, first there was Cyclops, then there was Emma, and now we have Astonishing Wolverine. It's our first super articulated Wolverine action figure. Seems like a good theme for this weekend, and I have to go with Logan. That's a really killer figure.
All right, good. Yeah, Dwight's my pick, so I'll go Warbird here. I think the team did an amazing job, Dan and Dwight and our engineer, on really improving the articulation on a lot of our figures. A powerhouse character like Warbird, super articulated, and I think that bodes well for future female heroes and villains for years to come. So that is the Marvel 85th anniversary. We hope you have enjoyed it as much as we enjoyed developing it. And there you see a splash page of all these photos. Shout out to Matt Cohen again for these very dynamic looks. So that is the Marvel 85th program. Let's go into some reveals. Are you fine?
Oh, Inhumans. Wade'll be happy.
Marvel 85th is all about that rich Marvel comic heritage. Speaking of which, we have these team that had got their start in the Fantastic Four. Of course, I'm talking about the Inhumans. I think we probably have some unparalleled Inhumans fans somewhere in the audience. So without further ado, let's just jump into a big...
I hear you guys hear Wade in the back.
Inhumans.
Oh! There we go.
Lockjaw, and this picture doesn't quite show you the scale just yet, but we did something different here. Lockjaw has both good boy face as well as kind of just just chilling. We'll have two different tuning forks, one powering up, getting ready to teleport, and I'll have a plain silver one that are interchangeable. And when we were looking at him, we were deciding how do we want to handle the articulation. We could either go like all fully articulated, or we could try something different. And the one thing we thought about here was we could have given him all articulated legs, but the meat of a leg would still have to intersect with itself, and it wouldn't actually move the way we wanted to. So Lockjaw here is going to have removable rear legs that allow us to have sitting legs that are fully collapsed on themselves, so that it looks absolutely seamless and perfect on your shelf. So you can still have him standing next to a friend.
Are there any other? Do we need to do any other?
I think all of them.
Cornet! Redo Cornet!
What do we got here, Dwight? This side was on board. This side.
We've given you your king, we've given you your queen, and now we've given you Crystal. Crystal will have two different likenesses, as you can see here, kind of an active windblown version as well as more of a calm, just serene version. And she also comes with some awesome new elemental power effects that really highlight who she is and what she can do. So she has some brand new water and fire effects.
Looks like they peg into
snap onto the
like
wrist,
over
just
the
by
wrist.
popping off the hands, and they're really, really beautifully sculpted and awesome translucence, which is a great way, obviously, to bring those types of powers and elements to life. And we hope you love this new 2-pack.
Dan R., what are some insights into working on the sculpting for this unique approach to Lockjaw?
First of all, we worked with an amazing sculptor on this. She did some great detail, really fine hair. You guys are going to notice when you get this thing has substantial weight to it, so you're probably going to want to reinforce your shelves. Dwight had mentioned some posing, but you can get creative and make some other poses with this. You'll find out what I'm talking about as you go through it. The tongue, too, put in the cheek, get a nice running pose with it, right from the comics. Eyes are great, nice gloss to them. kind of follow you around a bit. Solid range of motion in the neck too, that rocker. You're really gonna like that. Definitely brings the character together. And there's a wiggly tail too, so. How can you not?
Here we have there you go. Look how cute that is. What a good boy. What a good boy. All right, so this is going to be an Amazon and fan channel item later this year, not going up for pre-order just yet, so stay tuned for more. And thank you to John Guido for that amazing new closed box art as you see on the package. This is a heavy item, so the box is pretty large as you see the outline there. All right. Speaking of Crystal, I'm trying to work some segues in, as you know. So this is a character that has a little bit of a comic back story with Crystal, and that, whoa, he was fast.
Oh.
Many moons ago, Dwight and the team did a green Quicksilver, but this, I think, is an improvement on that.
I would hope so. I think the last time we did him was 2007, 2008. I mean, you know, some of you guys there might not have been around. That's I'm old. Anyway, sorry, I drifted there. Senior moment. Yeah, so we have an Avengers version of Quicksilver here in his double greens with the whites, awesome lightning effects. And
That will not be
he's got
going to the
extra
Transformers
hair top
panel.
on the front to have that kind of floating out there like it was done in all of the art back in the day.
Oh,
We
retro.
really leaned in on the packaging for this execution. As Dwight said, this is going to be on a classic
Walmart.
Avengers Marvel superheroes
Be the next
style
collector
blister
card.
card there, with art by John Tyler Christopher as he helped us out with these Marvel superhero illustrations. And this is going to be a Walmart exclusive later this year. So stay tuned for pre-order details, but this is going to go awesome in either your Avengers or even like your X-Men, your Brotherhood of Evil Mutants team display if you choose to do that. So there you have Quicksilver. And we're sticking with green. Green's my favorite color. Shout out to your 2024 Boston Celtics NBA champion.
Whoa.
That's right.
I thought this was going to be a non-denominational panel.
We're sticking green. This is another comic character for the first time. The comic version.
Comic one.
We have Wong, Doctor Strange's dear old friend. So this is him done in his kind of classic key look. He has multiple ways you can deal with this figure. You can either give him magic, and he's got some yellow-orange spell hand effects that you can attach, or you can go to more of his martial arts kind of kung fu roots. Jesse and I were working on this one, and we realized as we were going through, there was things that we could do to even improve it. So we kind of kept modifying and tweaking all the way through the process, even after the sculpt was improved to increase the cuts on the side of his upper gi to allow for better leg movement for more martial arts posing. And he'll have, I don't remember exactly how many, but multiple sets of hands showcasing different types of martial arts styles, which is kind of fun.
This is going to come in a 2-pack with
Another Doctor Strange.
here, but done in a slightly different way. What's different and updated about this new Doctor Strange?
Steven's starting to have a bad day. He's looking a little ill. You know, he came to Comic-Con and was, got Con Air. I mean, it happens, right? So his skin's a little pale, a little pasty, a little creepy. He's not doing too well. But the inkjet is gorgeous because it allows us to make this creepy Doctor Strange in his dark palette turn into Dormammu. So if Dormammu was to possess Doctor Strange, that is what you get here.
This 2-pack also comes with a fun accessory that maybe
My favorite accessory.
Dan's favorite. Who's this?
That's the ghost dog. Last year, I was at the Marvel booth, and this young woman who worked at the Henson Corporation had cosplayed as Doctor Strange and made a puppet of Bats, the dog. And I took a picture of it and I sent it to her, and I'm like, we have to make this immediately. So, and Bats, if you've read the comics, he can talk. He's enamored with superhero culture. He can't believe Doctor Strange knows Spider-Man. He's like, I'm Doctor Strange, what are you talking about? So we had to put him in the line. He's such a fun component of this whole story that we wanted to put that in.
And he can either sit on the ground next to Steven or Wong, or there's a floating pedestal that you can put him on, since sometimes he'll float behind them as they're walking down the street.
Got some great art from Alex Ross featured on the back of the package. There you see the front of the window box. And this is going to be an Amazon exclusive later this year. It's going to pre-order August 15th. And you can see all the hands and magic spell effects. That's what I was speaking to, both for Wong and Doctor Strange. There.
That's new cape
All right,
too.
let's move on to the next item. Speaking of comic inspiration.
Punisher.
Dwight, I think this was probably Dwight's suggestion, and maybe with Jesse too, but going to Punisher War Journal for some inspiration. And you can kind of guess which characters we're going to feature here. But as we did with the Wolverine program, where we worked with a bunch of artists on new comic cover inspired art, we did this with this next 2-pack. So thanks again to John Guido for this Punisher versus Bushwacker art. Let's jump into the figures here. These guys are going to be brawling for a while.
They're brawling. This is one of the grossest things I've ever had to work on. So excited.
Let's jump into the Punisher first.
No, that's what I was talking about. You guys, the other day, multiple of you guys are like, oh man, it's been a while since we've seen a Punisher, and that's because we wanted to start from scratch. 100% new, super articulated, beefier buck for Punisher to be used here and going forward. So an all new, bulkier version of Frank, multiple heads, piles of accessories, a new grenade. This was one that you had fun with as we went through the development, and added some fun flavor as well.
Yeah, so new accurate grenade, clear top to throw on, little explosion, so you see the grenade blowing apart. Set it up as you will.
Terrified that you know what an accurate grenade explosion looks like, but
I've heard stories.
and this thing's disgusting, people.
Dog finger too.
Yeah, from his I don't even know where to start. From his totally creepy pistol finger, that's normal, to his cybernetic transforming super gross arm cannon, the grossest burn damage on the side of a figure's face, and a personal highlight for me, I never had a rat tail growing up, and I don't know if that's a good thing or bad thing or what it says about me, but this is the first rat tail in a Marvel Legends action figure, so it's spectacular.
So this is going to be a fan channel and Amazon 2-pack that will be up for pre-order later in August 22nd. You can see there 2 heads for Punisher, all new Punisher. We look forward
bunch of guns, that's good.
Having this in the library now and a bunch of weapon accessories to really stage an amazing battle between these 2 adversaries. All right, next up, we've got, so this is now our Deadpool section. We are moving into our Deadpool section. Wanted to call out these 2 items. On the left, we have our new motor mouth Deadpool that was revealed, I want to say, last week. But this is going to be up for pre-order now on Hasbro
Spider crawler.
Lights, sounds, 50+ little phrases and sound effects. He's lying on what appears to be some sort of a rug, a polar bear rug there, I guess.
Yep, that's a canon.
There you go. And then also we have the Deadpool animatronic interactive head. And so this item we developed to hit market, and it came out in 2020, but that was the year we were all at home. And so I feel like this item never really got its shine for this crowd. We're bringing it back. And what was it like to work on this, Jesse?
So this was about 2 years of work to work on this Deadpool head, and we got really excited to launch. It's actually some of the people from the Disney marketing team were here. Brian Siegel, raise your hand. Helped a lot with this. And then the 20-year-old crowd, and there was no Comic-Con. We were going to have a giant taco truck out front. We were going to give these things away. There is 6 hours of content in this. We built a writer's room. Jerry Duggan, Brian Posehn, Jason Mantzoukas, Seth Morris, many Marvel editors. Steve Wacker was instrumental in helping us get people together to build 6 hours of content. It's got light sensors on it, so if you take it, turn it on, you can put it in your fridge, shut the door, and the next person that opens up the fridge will recognize that the light's on and say something like, hey, is it weird that I'm not the only decapitated mutant head in the fridge? There's some pranks you can play. It's app-enabled. It goes on and on and on, and it's also got this incredible technology that the Hasbro team generated for the Furby line called Chatback, where if you speak to it, it recognizes when it's being spoken to, and the frequency at which sound is happening, and it will respond to you. My kids got this in 2020, and they literally, listen, I'm probably a bad parent. Just to say that out loud, in case people play. But I let my children play with this, and they played with it for hours because they really were engaging with it, talking to it. It's snarky, it's fun, it's playful. And we're bringing it back, thank God, guys. And again, I don't know if you guys heard this, but there's this movie coming out today called Deadpool and Wolverine. Perfect line, perfect synergy, re-release of this item.
We also re-released a pre-order, I think, for this retro-carded Deadpool on that Toy Biz-inspired Uncanny X-Men X-Force. So for any fans who didn't get this back in 2019, some more will be coming out. But that's not the only comic Deadpool that's coming back. We've got Venompool. What's different about this deluxe upgrade, Dwight?
Yeah, Venompool was first a Build-A-Figure a few years back, and it was based off of some of the really dark kind of maroon burgundy colors for Venompool. But with the excitement of the movie, we wanted to bring him back to give more chances for you guys to get him in your collection, and we went with a super, super vivid, saturated color. So if you have the old one, great, congratulations. If you missed it, now you get a chance to revisit with a nice refresh.
All right, this is going to be a Target exclusive later this year. Pre-order information to come. We're going to breeze through some of this, but flashback to 2020. This was the first time that we did movie Deadpool and Wolverine figures, and of course that led to this year reissue of the Legacy Collection, which is out now. Hopefully, any fans who didn't get those in 2020 are now have their Legacy versions of Deadpool and Wolverine. But we're just going to scroll through these. You've seen these; these are available now. But let's get to the new stuff that I know no one has seen. This is the first.
Yeah, first time. I've seen this stuff before until right this second.
That shot on the right is actually a photo, a toy photo from Matt Cohen. Perfectly recreated from one of the teaser trailers.
Matt Cohen.
But here, this is an all-new
Here we go,
Deadpool.
Deadpool.
What we got here? No spoilers, no spoilers.
All new costume, bright poppy colors, just like we saw on the new trailers for the film. He's got some accessories with his blasters and the sword, and some alternate hands and grips, and it's all new and it looks absolutely wonderful. It'd be a great partner to. I can't say that, so I have to keep that to myself because I'm pretty sure we can't all agree that we've seen it. So I'm gonna have to stop now and move on to the next one.
Good job internal filtering, buddy. I'm proud of you. All right, and for those of you noticing, the knee pads are going to have a change to it. It does not have that horizontal stripe. These photos were taken from an earlier model, so in case anyone is wondering about that, the final production will have accurate knee pads. And that takes us to the suit that made grown men cry when they on set when they first saw Hugh wearing it, right?
Dude, I might be. You don't have to call me out like that. Yeah, super articulated, Hugh Wolverine shoulder pads, all the yellow, all the blue, amazing, an awesome, cool cowl, and an unmasked likeness for, my favorite person on the planet that I've never actually met. I don't want to creep on him too much because a lot of you guys listening to me, so I'm just going to say it's a really, really awesome action figure, and I love it.
And we've got one more character here. This is a hyper-articulated, not really Deadpool, but he comes with an accessory, and that is another
Oh.
Yeah, another little piece. I will say with this version of him, you have seen in the trailers, so I can quickly say that. If by now, if you haven't seen the trailer by now, that's on you, not me. So a different variation of Logan with some little bits and bobs, which I won't talk about other than what you can see up there.
All right, and so these are going to go up for pre-order Saturday, July 27th on the Hasbro Pulse and everywhere you get your Marvel Legends at 5 p.m. Eastern. Yeah, this is just the start, guys. For those of you who've seen the movie, there's a lot happens in it, and we can probably come back to this at some point and do more. Just kind of similar to other movies that are very spoiler-filled and surprise-laden, like Endgame or No Way Home. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that we will get to.
Yeah, so when we work on a film project, we get to sit down with the film team and they lay out what their pitches for the film. And I compared this a lot to No Way Home because when we got the No Way Home pitch, well, Spider-Man does his things and then that's the movie. And they're like, okay, well, who's the bad guy? And they're like, we can't tell you who the bad guy is. Because if you tell you who the bad guy is, you're going to know it's a big secret in this movie. So we had to pivot. If you guys remember how that line came together, we had to chase the other two, and the villains and all the other two big cameos in that film. It was the same thing here. We really did get a pitch with a couple characters. We saw it for the first time last night. We didn't even get a pitch, so we literally started working on this morning on what we're going to be doing. So expect when you go see it. Love to hear what you would like to see us make, but we will be chasing this like crazy.
I got to say though, that was a treat for being on this brand as long as I have. As much as I love Marvel, and one of the major sad points of the job is to learn so much about these things before they come out, which is an awesome power and intrigue, but it's also so sad. I was able to sit in the theater last night with, you know, hundreds of people and lose my mind as if I was
Yeah.
a 12-year-old boy watching.
Apparently
this,
there's spoilers in the
which
chat.
was
Close the
amazing
chat if you don't
because
want
I
to see the
didn't know what was
spoilers.
coming next, and
Close the
was-
chat.
That was awesome.
And that's not all.
Enjoy the stream, but close the chat.
Although it's in a legacy package. Dude is awesome. Any additional insights, Dan or Dwight, on the sculpting of this huge Russian mutant?
So I think the deco itself is what's going to draw you in and make it pop. Get a little wash, scribes really pop in there. For a big guy, he's got a pretty good range of articulation. You know, stopping people around, throwing things around. You got that huge range there. You're definitely going to like it. And the one little thing, one little treat there, the deco on that book, get out a magnifying glass, you're going to love it. Get right in there and see that real life.
Two rules. Better follow them.
Does anyone remember the rules?
I don't know if I can read that.
No? No killing anyone, ever. That's rule number 1. And number 2, you gotta find for yourself. You can't read it up there.
Equally important.
Equally important.
All right, so this deluxe legacy Deadpool Colossus is going to pre-order Wednesday, July 31st. Is going to be available everywhere as well. So that'll wrap up the Deadpool corner of the
Infinity
MCU.
War.
We've got some MCU collectors in the house, I bet.
Right
So
here.
we're going back to Infinity War for another MCU item.
Never heard of
This, I think,
Oh.
is
Yes.
I just want to say Dwight breakdanced really, really hard for this item. So you MCU collectors, you have to thank Dwight.
That's part of the Hasbro pitch.
It is part of the
You have to do a dance presentation at the top of your concepts, right?
And I was only in traction for about 14 days, so it was worth it. Yeah, we've neglected the troop builders of the MCU for a bit now, and getting a chance to dive back in to do something fresh and new was really, really exciting. These things are big people. They're, you know, properly scaled to the film. They have multiple heads, so you can have kind of a lieutenant head with the big fins, and 2 different biting heads that you can make. The more you get, the bigger you can make your army of Outriders. All the articulation you would want and need. This was another one that we had approved. We thought it was fantastic. We got to development further down the line, and when you're seeing the actual check models function, we're like, that doesn't work right. So we stopped because it has such a unique articulation system in its legs, and we revised it at the factory floor to make some improvements to make this thing as awesome and as best as possible for you guys, our lovely, wonderful consumers.
So go dig out your Infinity War, Captain America, Thor, Black Panther, all those figures, and build out that epic battle from Infinity War. Dan R., is it twice as fun to work on a figure with twice as many arms as normal?
Yes. This took a little work. Again, we had great sculptors we worked with, but the posing on
Interesting
this
close
thing is
box.
amazing. When these models and samples are sitting on our desks, I'm losing half my day just posing these out. You'll love them when you get them.
Half your day, dude, you have so much work to do.
So here's the time.
All right, so this is going to be a fan channel and Amazon item later this year. Actually, I should say August 29th, end of August, can go up for pre-order there. So make Dwight happy. You know, this is an item he loves. And maybe we'll get to more MCU troop builders in the future.
Makes
Thank
me
you
happy.
to Anthony Petrie again for the amazing art on the front of closed box there. But that's not all for MCU. What else do we have, Dan?
Yeah, so as you guys know, Marvel Legends line is not just 6-inch stuff, but we have some awesome premium roleplay items too. Don't worry, we have more 6-inch figures that we're gonna reveal. But I just wanted to really call out this our new Iron Man Mark 85 helmet. We've never done an Iron Man Mark 85 premium roleplay item. It comes with a new functioning button, so you can't even see the button, but on the side near its eye, that's like, you hold it for like 3 seconds, and that's when it's gonna shine from his eyes. I put it out there on Twitter, but if you have a premium roleplay item that you're really dying to see for the Marvel Legends premium roleplay line, let us know. I will give you a tease right now that next year we are going to do a great comic villain that I think everybody's going to be super excited about. So if you are a premium roleplay collector, stay tuned for the end of this year and early next year. Oh, that's this year.
Oh.
Might not be done with premium roleplay for 2024, maybe.
Maybe.
All right, so we're going to close out here. We're winding down, but we want to do some sneak peeks. We started doing these little sneak peeks in our very first live stream if you're recording from home, and fans seem to like it, so I like to put it in here for you. So first up, speculate away, but this is Dan's area of expertise here.
Yeah, so I'm the shoe guy, right? So I
Any
was
thoughts on
trying
that?
to say, this is the tease that I want to do. This is a comic character. He doesn't wear Jordans, but he's a very interesting character, a new, more modern character in the comic line. But yeah, so it's a sneaker peek. Right? Sneaker peek.
And one more for you guys, different part of the figure here, forearm and fist, with something interesting going on.
Are we making roleplay for our Legends figures now?
We grade this out too, so there's no deco on it. So
Guys, there's
Yes, it is.
Deadpool and Wolverine spoilers in the chat.
You
Close
see him
it out.
down, you see Hank down in the booth, our giant man. Thank you again for everyone who helped back this amazing Haslab last year, getting the final samples in hand. He's so massive, very fun to pose out with all your Ultrons and Avengers. But we wanted to we've got about 10 minutes here left, right? So I wanted to talk about Haslab. As you know, our friends on G.I. Joe just launched their Haslab yesterday. I think it's probably already funded by now.
Just back.
Yeah.
Congratulations, G.I. Joe.
Shout out to G.I. Joe.
Haslab for later this year, so I think I wanted, the Marvel Legends team along with Jesse and everyone who works on it, we are always trying new things. Sometimes they work out, sometimes there are opportunities to learn, and so I think even if you don't necessarily agree 100% on everything we do, I think it's evident that we are trying new approaches. So with that said, don't riot on me here. There will be no Haslab for Marvel Legends in 2024. All right? But that doesn't mean we are going to not release amazing, super premium, large-scale type items via Hasbro Pulse, and we're just going to do that in a different way, guys. So instead of a crowdfund that comes with certain restrictions and rules and timings and tiers and all of that, we're following an approach where we're going to show you an item. When it goes up for pre-order, it'll go up for pre-order for a specified amount of time. No minimum backer needed, right? So we can all get fewer white hairs.
Interesting.
About time, man. What I looked like before this Haslab campaign to this.
Yeah, we saw the picture earlier.
Yeah, right? Yeah, that guy.
But so we're still going to build to order. So that means if you want these types of items, you're going to need to pre-order it during the window because there's not going to be a lot of extras. But at the same time, we are not doing all the requirements of the Haslab. So with that build up, let us reveal this item. It's not quite ready to pre-order right now because there's a lot of stuff going on, but we have some amazing digital renders from Dan and the team, Tony, Kristen, Emmanuel back in Rhode Island. So.
Oh!
Character that Kristen did many moons ago.
Thank you again.
A grail. It is a grail item.
May I have your attention, please? May I have your
This is a
attention,
new one
please?
for Comic-Con.
The alarm has been cleared by Convention Center security. Please continue
Guys,
with
this
your
Dragon Man is so amazing.
I don't know what alarm you're
There's
talking
a lot of
about.
heat off of that, reveal. It set the fire alarm off.
So hot right now.
Yeah, this guy, he's a big purple baby boy. And while we're not, like I said, we're still working through this, we're moving really fast. We won't have a full model for view for quite some time. But we thought that wasn't good enough for you, our lovely, wonderful fans who spend so much time to come and see us. So we are bringing, for the first time in a very, very long time, maybe ever on Marvel, a gray model. We're going to bring you a prototype of what this thing's looking like so you can understand the scale of this monstrous figure. And he's got tons of articulation, movable jaw, movable tongue.
10.5 inches tall.
He's got his
Whoa.
He's got removable glasses, alternate hands, ginormous wings. Thank you for the scale image.
Dwight had to bring it here on a Bjorn.
This is going to go over into collections, and could we have put Dragon Man in a box set with a bunch of other characters and made it a Haslab crowdfund campaign? Yes, we could have, but we took a leap of faith and decided not to. So if you're interested in Dragon Man here, you can just pre-order Dragon Man, easy peasy, right? We don't need to, argue over what could or could not have been included. You get the best Dragon Man.
But we can argue about other things, right?
Yeah, we can. Yeah, we love arguing.
We would never take that away. We would never want to take that away.
Also, not labeled here, but a 10-inch bendy wire tail. So it's a complete range of articulation. So again, this is going to be a Hasbro Pulse exclusive item up for pre-order in the months, hopefully weeks to come here. Stay tuned for more.
And I will say this, guys, listen, we have a long list of these size characters that we want to do, and we've been talking about doing it. We're like, how do we make these happen? Do we do it in Hasbro Pulse? If this is successful for us, like, this will be something that we will want to absolutely halo, and we have a long list of characters that we think fit in this spot. Man, go, man, go, man, go. I think that's what the man wants.
You guys like it?
Original Toy Biz Fantastic Four Classics Dragon Man. That's pretty hard to come by. I don't know how many lucky fans actually have that in their collection.
Yeah, I have two in case you need extra.
Okay.
So.
If you need one, Jesse has extras.
Yeah, hey, just come over to my house, folks. I'll give it to you.
But Jesse, a lot of times we leave panels and fans are like, yeah, things were okay, but like we could have had more, right?
Listen to me. It's taken me 10 years of my life. Do you want more? Yeah! Do you want more? Yeah! Let's say it. More! We worked really hard to get this right, folks, because we knew we were going to get one chance to pull this off. There's a lot we built in here. We worked really hard on the eyes. There's going to be a lot of extra stuff going on with the eyes, because even though if you were a Toaster Head, a real ROM fan, you know that they like he just emotes with those eyes, and there's a lot going on there. He's huge. He's the size of at least a front player for the Celtics, so he'll tower over the rest of the Marvel characters as he does in the comics. And I want to personally thank absolutely every single person at the Hasbro Corporation for aligning with us on bringing this to the market. I know a lot of you people wanted to do this. I love this character. He is part of Marvel in my heart. So thank you, Dwight. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you, Dan and Dan. And thank you, everybody at Marvel, for making this dream of mine come true, and the dream of many other people here. So thank you, guys. Really appreciate this.
Again, thank you for the render team for that, but ROM will be coming out in 2025, and how or when or where is still remains to be seen, but we just wanted to get you guys hyped up, and I think you were. All right, so that does it for the panel. We're going to be downstairs. There's going to be a prototype of Dragon Man for scale, so go check that out to get excited for that. Come talk to us, ask us questions, give us your feedback. And I had a whole system for kind of giveaways again, but I don't think we have enough time. So everyone just take 2 items, and we'll just, we'll just give it away randomly. All right, so guys, help me out. All right, thank you.
I guess there's no Q&A either. All right. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Bye.